Good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our crawls, handstand, body weight class.
Stretch, some strength, add some play to your Saturday with us here in our studio. If you're new to this, welcome. We'll start with the basics, some wrist prep, core strengthening ideas, some stretches for hips, and other kinds of balances today, including our sissy squat. There's nothing sissy about the handstand, and nothing sissy, making sure my mic's on, about getting low to the floor and also working on our split. So casually get to the floor. If this looks like a really low, aggressive place for you to be right away, you could also sit on a chair and just have some fun. We need to maintain that long, extended spine. Long, extended spine. Sit on the edge of a chair, and I'm going to sit on the floor.
So we'll get warmed up, and then we'll get doing some handstands.
We might make a
endurance
quick, really
today.
Close encounter. Hello. And we're just going to do that.
And you'll just need some space, maybe a low chair or a couch. And if you don't have that, that's okay.
Yeah.
Too.
So sitting up tall, breathe into this. Think about placing hands onto the floor and talk to your ankles. Sitting tall, flex the ankles to the kneecaps. That's our dorsiflexion shape. In our handstands practice, we will try to get into our pointed toes or our plantar flex shape at the ankle. Repeat one or two more. And point, pulling up those kneecaps, lengthening out, and maybe one more. And point, and then pull them in. Whew, maybe that's aggressive. Let's just slowly bring those legs in together. From here, let's get on our elbow, which we'll incorporate in a core rotisserie later today as well. And from this position, bend both knees and hips so that you're in a lunging position. We have a 90-degree angle at both knees, packing in on this shoulder, talking to the armpit here. The top hip now, my hip is open or back. With my butt cheek, I'll extend my hip, pushing forward. Slowly relax and let it open or go back. Repeat with that armpit pack and the hip extension pushing forward. If this is okay, extend the front knee. Same thing. Let the hip open up. Try not to let your upper body rotate and extend or push the hip forward. From here, press through the floor and get to this modified 90-90 position. We have a straight leg out front, and as Lauren shows here, mine blends in maybe that bent knee out to the side.
Kneecap and toes facing the ceiling on this leg.
And then if you feel that you're shrugging and your weight is over to one side, like in our handstand, let's push the floor away and bring that upper body to center. Hold for an extra second or two, and maybe at this point, flex the ankle, point the ankle, repeat one more time, and point. And make that commitment for your practice today to point. From this position, somehow gently melt out with a knee bend. Switch in any way you want. And we'll do that 90-90 similar exercise on the other side. Our shoulder is packed, and we talk to those armpits or the lats a lot here. We're pulling away from the floor. Open the hip, letting it go back. And then with the butt cheek, power from the hips, extend the hip forward. As Lauren was looking at this elbow as I am now, might be a little bit easier on the neck.
No, I was just wiping my sweat off.
Wipe that sweat off. It's hot in here today. And extend, muggy, and extend that hip forward. Repeat one more time. Open, extend, talk to the hips. If that's all good, extend the front knee. Breathe into that. Open the hip, and then close or extend. If that's all good, let's press that floor away. Sitting in that modified 90. Dorsiflex through the ankle for now. Let's push the floor away, heavy through the hand. And then point the toe and just hang out here, pushing the floor away, committing to that toe point in your practice here. Kneecaps up. And nice and slow. Let's get out of that. Got to talk about those wrists though too. Let's modify our position now onto all fours. Are your fingertips like roots, Lauren?
Yep.
Are those hands
Open your hands nice and wide. Pull your shoulders down. Gently Rotate your elbow pits forward, keeping your elbows as straight as you can, your shoulders down. Fingers are spread and they're wide and heavy in the floor. You're also trying to push your weight through that first knuckle line here, not just in that bent wrist position. Load up those first knuckles, keep those elbows straight, gently shift your weight forward, and then push yourself back using your hands.
Turn those fingertips
handstands,
white.
we use our hands so much to find that balance, so warm up those fingers, pushing you back. One more time. Shift forward, elbows straight, push into the floor, push yourself back. From there, do a little quarter turn on the hands. Same thing, still spread your fingers wide, keep your shoulders packed. I like to unrotate my elbows or rotate my elbow pits as in as I can. And then I like to rotate my elbow pits as out as I can. And I do that a couple times here. And each time I rotate them open, I just try to find a millimeter more. Once more. Try to rotate them forward, keep your pits forward, and then gently, again, shift your weight side to side, but push through those fingertips. Find center, peel up from that. Just sit up for a second and shake that out. Whew. If you can, 2 hands at the same time. You could do 1 if it's too much. Fingers face your quads as they come to the floor. Shoulders pulled down. Again, fingers push heavy in the floor. Shoulders stay set. Elbow pits are forward. Can you gently sit back there? Watch your shoulders don't drift up into your ears. Push your pinky finger heavy in the floor. Then your ring finger. Then your middle finger. Then your index finger. Then your thumb finger, and hold 3, 2. Now bend the elbows and slowly peel out and away from the floor. Shake that off. I like 1 more.
I'm into 1 more.
1 normal hand goes on the floor. Other hand, back of hand down.
I modify and make my neutral wrist fist.
Back of hand down, shoulder packed. Unrotate that elbow pit so you don't see it. And then rotate that pit forward. And try to really rotate it. I get a nice stretch up that fuzzy part of my arm, keep my shoulder down. Sometimes I almost try to bend the elbow there, feeling a different stretch. And then gently bend and peel that away. Other hand, normal. Back of hand down. Slowly straighten the elbow, pulling the shoulder down. Ooh.
Spread those fingers too.
This is the hand I landed on a couple weeks ago when I fell off my bike, and I can feel this different. Pull your shoulder down. Maybe try to rotate that elbow pit forward again. Maybe sit back a little bit. And then bend the elbow and peel that away.
Being able to generate that level of tension into the ground is super important, as what Lauren just did there, being the loosey-goose tasks as well. In between sets, wiggle it out. No one can see you. Wiggle it out. It feels good. It mixes it up. Let's get back to those splits. Talking to the T-spine in our split. Open up those legs. Sit tall. The hips won't move. We're locked in. From this position, could we slide side to side here? Slow and control. It's not necessarily about how far you can go. It's about how much control you express while you do it. Pulling across. Nice and slow. Last one. Now, shrug your shoulders. That is a super useful habit in your handstand. In our handstands, shrug your shoulders. Press the floor away. But right now, pull them down. Now, lift the rib cage up without shrugging the shoulders. Pull the rib cage down without rounding the back. Lauren's side profile looks great if you're unsure. Lift up, pull down. Pull the rib cage down. Continue to feel that connection between the ribs and the hips and the abdominals. Relax for a second. Wiggle out those legs. We can modify our stance if we're uncomfortable in this split. Sit tall, stand, we can do the same thing. From this position though, Think of a Ferris wheel. Lauren thinks of the London Eye. Draw a circle on, and again, in this sense, the computer screen and the camera are on the wall in front of you. I'll start in center, and I'll shift left. I'll pull down, shift across to the right. Lift up without lifting shoulders. Pull across, pull down, pull across, let up. One more lateral move, shift, pull, compress on the hips, return to center, and switch your direction. Lateral, down, pull across, rise without shrugging, push the rib cage onto the hips. We're one more repetition away here. Nice and control. That is a coordinating exercise, a core strengthening exercise requiring abdominals.
Coordinating.
So will Lauren's rotisserie.
All right, we have to
rotisserie.
warm up our core. You have to move.
Yep.
Warm up our core before we get into our handstand activities. Rotisserie style, front, side, side, back. Lying on your back first. Arms up. Legs up. First, lift your ribs off the floor, connecting your ribs and hips so your abs are braced and working. Hold this, just get them fired up for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax, don't go far. We're gonna do the same thing, but addition on to that. If that was hard enough, you stay there. If you'd like more, let's go. Connect ribs and hips. Now, point your toes, slowly extend your legs away from you. Maybe reach your arms overhead to your banana position and hold. Squeeze your butts, point your toes. Keep your legs tight together. Brace your abs, breathe. We're trying to go for our 30 seconds because that's what we're going to be spending time in today in intervals. 5, 3, 2, bring it to center, relax. Flip to a side.
And I do like that 30-second comment. We're building to 30 seconds, building towards taking
Bring your elbow
time.
under your shoulder. Keep your knees in line. Push those hips forward so they're stacked. Excuse me, just a little wardrobe here. Take your top hand underneath your rib cage. Lift it away from the floor. Keep lifting so those hips lift. Hips push forward. Shoulders are stacked. Take that top leg, straighten it. Gently point your toe on it. Internally rotate slightly. Lift the leg. Hold. Keep pulling away from the floor. Growing up. Lifting from those bottom obliques. 10. Keep that tension. Pull your elbow towards your knee. 3, 2. Leg comes down. Soft landing.
I thought this was a handstand class. Why aren't we doing handstands?
Soon. We
Okay.
have to prepare.
Okay.
Elbow under your shoulder. Knees stacked. Hips stacked. Take your top hand. Feel those obliques. Pull away from the floor first. Keep pulling so hips lift. Pause. Check in there. Hips are stacked. Shoulders stacked. Take that top leg, straighten it. Point the toe, because we will later. Internally rotate slightly at the hip. Lift. Hold. Keep pulling away from the floor. Breathe. 5. No, that's a lie. Longer than that. Now maybe 5, 4, 2. Leg touches down. Control. Down. We're going to go to our stomach now for our one more rotisserie and do our hollow position hold. Arms are extended up overhead or at your sides like Ian.
In a W.
We're going to reach overhead. I'm not going to tuck my head because I don't think my voice will sound good on my microphone. So I'm going to look slightly forward, but I'd recommend you look towards the floor. Legs together. Point your toes. I think about pushing my chest into the floor and lifting my belly button up, creating a little bridge underneath my hips. So you can see my low back is tucked, my butt's squeezed, my abs are braced. If Ian came and lifted my body, I would push right up into a handstand. I'm not ready for that yet. I think you need to lift more here, Ian.
Okay.
Get ready.
Okay.
3, holding.
Just a
3.
second. Let me get under there. Let me get under there. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2. Oh, yeah. There we go. Just like we drew it up on the drawing board in the timeout.
Clearly that wasn't planned.
That wasn't planned. That was good. You're right. I do need to catch. I can't lift your feet. That's not fair.
No, that's not fair. We've got a lot here.
That was really strong, though.
Thank you.
Really strong.
Now what?
We did our core rotisserie. We've done some of our split stretches. Let's just get a little toe squat balance going first, and then we'll work towards that sissy squat,
And some crawling.
including some crawls.
To get prepared for
I
upside
asked
down.
in the back there, in the peanut gallery, why are we doing all this stuff? I signed up for a handstand course, workshop. You are. You have to do those basics, and these are the things that we do in our personal practice every time before we would lift.
Good.
In some variation.
You're just too tall.
Toe balances.
Okay.
Pardon me?
I just wanted to open that window.
Toe balances. So with a parallel stance, nice and narrow, as Lauren demonstrated in that previous drill, tight together. Take your time and press. My chest is fired up from those planks or something.
Probably
I don't know.
lifting me.
Yeah. So hold yourself in this straw for 5, 4. Now take time to lower by straightening the knees, driving the heels down the floor, and feeling action all the way up in the hips and core to flat feet. Next, the knees need to check out how to go over those toes. Hang out in this dorsiflex position. And again, looking at Lauren, you can see her head, shoulders, hips, and feet are in a straight line up, down, slight deviation at those knees, and then to straight. We'll progress off those movements, integrating them into our sissy squat. Crawling time first. Hit it up.
First crawl, I like to start with my elephant before my handstand practice. We'll fold forward, gently tuck your chin, roll yourself down, pulling on your abs one vertebrae at a time. First to like a ragdoll dangle position here. And then from here, once you feel ready, slowly walk your hands out towards what would be like a down dog position. I want you to push the floor away, because that's how we handstand. Push the floor away, shoulders come up into your ears. You're trying to keep your heels down and tail tilted to the ceiling. You're going to attempt to take a step opposite hand and foot, keeping the knees as straight as possible, keeping your heels down, pushing some weight through your hands so they're ready to take your full load when you go upside down. You could go forwards, you can go backwards, you can go side to side, but really try to create some length and stretch in those handies. 3, 2, and then slowly work yourself up and unfold. So roll yourself back up. Breathe. Whew. Progression from our 2 through our sissy squat. Parallel feet again. Knees push over toes. Stand up, roll up to your tiptoes. You're in a straw here. Slurp yourself up. Slowly lower. Knees over toes. Can you roll up to your toes, lifting your heels? Heels go back down. Lift heels again. Now stand up on your toes. Slowly lower. Back up onto your toes. This time we're going to squat. We're going to stay on our toes, bend your knees, butt stays under you as low as you think you can go. But you have to be able to stand back up. Control the down. One more. Knees over toes. Heels leave the floor. Heels go back down. Heels leave the floor. Heels go back down. Heels leave the floor. Push your hips forward, trying to make a line from your knees, your hips, and your shoulders. Stand up. Slow lower. Whew.
Oh, that was endurance building. Holy.
Crawl.
Okay, crawl time. I'll be doing a stationary version of our lizard crawl. Again, if you're finding the crawls are too demanding, unfamiliar, too stretchy, raise the floor. For this, I'll modify with my hands on our pommel. With our shoulders stacked over wrists, we'll step back to a high plank position. In our high plank, we'll take a right foot and bring it towards the right hand. Shoulders pack, ribs to hips. Pull energy into your hips by scissoring in, pushing out.
Pulling your legs together, but not moving.
Scissor in or pull your legs together. Casually lift the front leg and return it to the back. Maintain your plank. Alternate your leg forward. Drive the front knee forward as the back heel with a straight leg goes to the back. And then pull into center, stiffening the knee and the back and pulling into the hips. Repeat pressing out. Repeat pulling in. Lift the front leg, return to the back. Stay with me for this and follow Lauren around the room, perhaps in a crawling variation. Single leg to hand, pack shoulders, take a breath, feel a stretch, switch a leg. Take a stance, push energy in and out of those hips, and allow that to manifest in some nice crawling movement like Lauren. Finish your last repetition, and then walk up in that folding capacity again like Lauren demonstrated. Whoops. Stacking the spine, finishing in extension.
Whew.
Let's get to the floor and work on other ankle, knee, hip coordination things. So come on down to this tall kneel.
Come on down.
This will build confidence, awareness in your toe points, and crampiness for strength. Very slow. Hinge on the hips and sit towards your heels. Now place your hands on your buttocks, cramp up your glutes, and extend the hips. Repeat, hinging on the hip and extending with the glute squeeze. For the same but different drill, keep your hips extended and leaning towards the back. Holy hamstrings, and then extend to tall. Kind of a version of this Nordic curl, but almost in reverse. We'll do that one more time. Extend. Keep feet heavy. Keep tension through the glutes, hips, core. Lauren can go so far on that. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And relax. From here, can we tuck under the toes? Hinging a little bit as to sit back to the bum. With the assist of the hands or without, get to Lauren's low toe squat. From here, gently encourage the knees towards toes. Our upper body at this point is more or less upright. And then back. Repeat 3 more. Extending the hips, staying tall for now. Lauren's doing a good job leaning back. Just wait for
Well, I kind of have to.
I know you do a little bit for sure.
Otherwise, I can't go anywhere.
Yeah. And then back to the toe squat. Up to standing. And then reset those feet. And shake it out. Our last crawl for today, our crab crawl. We'll do 2 versions of it. Come on back down to the floor. For this crab crawl, I will turn my hands out to face lateral like we did in that second wrist drill. My hands will be lateral. Probably not forward unless you're 5 years old. Mostly lateral towards the back-facing hands for the wrist strength. From this position, push the floor away, keep your bum low, and walk forwards, backwards, lateral. Have fun. Limit the east-west movement of the hips. I'll demonstrate that this lateral. Avoiding the lateral shift and maintaining core tightness as we go. Have a sit. Perhaps do that again for the additional challenge. And why I love this drill is it jacks up my triceps to stiffen those elbows. From here, extend the hips towards a tabletop bridge. And this might be where you stay. This is where I'm going to stay. And in this crab tabletops position, press the floor away. Hold for 3, 2, slowly drop, reset. Let's repeat that just one last time. Ask yourself where the shoulder blades are. Retract the shoulders, press through the floor, extend through the hips. Lauren's head and neck is in a nice straight line, and I'm having a hard time talking and also maybe finding that line. And for 2 more seconds, we'll hold our hip extension crab and then slow and relax. We'll work on those toe squats as we go, but I think it's time for fun. It's time for that minute of fun, we call it, because I think handstands are fun at least. And we encourage you at home to maybe get out your camera and video your progress. It's nice every once in a while to see your progress, and it allows you to figure out what you need to work on. Overhead mobility, core strength, toe point.
1 minute of fun means we put 1 minute on the clock and we start getting upside down in our handstand. That could be baby air, that could be bigger air, but just start getting up. That could be walking around in our elephant again. In 5 seconds, 1 minute of warm-up fun. 3, 2, here we go.
Oh. Our volume of reps will be pretty low. Looking awesome on that line, Lauren. Toes point, yeah. Nice.
Warm-up really works.
I know, volume is very low in this moment. I've done 3 repetitions. I might have time for about 2 more. Look for that quality and allow yourself that time in between to say, wow, that was good. I like that core warm-up. I feel that connection. Or, did I say it?
10, 15-ish seconds left.
And relax.
Last 5 or so.
And relax. Previous workshops, we've talked about the kick up. Workshops in the past, we've worked on endurance upside down on wall stands. Today, we'll meet somewhere in the middle again, introducing our vault.
Dun, 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 dun.
Or pommel here.
The vault.
That we've actually never used for this purpose, so if you switch it out, we will switch it out. Find a low ottoman, a couch, something that's secured, please. Lauren, talk us through.
He's going to place his hands, well, first his feet on our pommel. I'm just going to stand behind it to make sure it doesn't slide. 1 second, Ian. It's not square. I don't like that. There we go. So toes are going to be placed. You can watch this one and then do the next one with me if you like. So toes are on the pommel. First, he's starting in his plank position, pushing the floor away, abs braced, butt squeezed. And then he's slowly going to walk his hands towards the pommel. So Ian's butt comes over his head as best as he can. Shifting weight maybe through that upper body. I should have started a time here. And then if we're feeling confident and we'd like to, we could lift a leg. We're going to work towards 30 seconds today in this position. You've likely already been there for about 20. If we're feeling good for maybe 5 or 10 more handstands and then or seconds, and then we're going to switch out and I'm going to do this. So you can do this with me if you didn't get to do this with Ian. 3, 2, and then foot finds the step. Safe dismount.
Whew. And wiggle.
How did that pommel feel?
Wiggle.
Is it going to be hard?
I think
low.
it might be easier for you that it's low. That was harder for me because it was low. I didn't have that compression strength. So great way to challenge myself and everyone.
All right, you got
too.
the clock ready, Ian, for 30
I
for
don't.
us?
I don't, so I should get a better vantage here.
Got it?
Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Planks position first. Stay here forever. But if it feels okay, we'll flex the shoulders or press those arms overhead. Hit up that beautiful pike position. Toes on the edge. And we're looking to transfer weight into the hands, wrists. Slowly letting, nice head position. I saw that too, Lauren, good job. Slowly working the hips over top and stiffening the knee. That's been our 20-second interval here for 5 more seconds. I know that was a little big of a jump, but 5 more seconds of work here in 3, 2, and a casual dismount.
I will tell you, that's
Our
one of my
practice-
hardest drills, I find.
Our practice is about building with those progressions, taking your time, not working to failure. Give yourself that little window on the other side to make it safe. We're going to go forward today with a drill, which is this, and our skill, which is that kick up into the handstand. So now in open space, we would like you to think about that drill being in that single leg position. Keeping a leg straight out the back and the other towards the ceiling and push away. I'll repeat 2 or 3 more and then it's Lauren's turn. If you did the vault with me, join me. If you did the vault with Lauren, follow Lauren.
Okay, a couple more kick-ups for Ian. One leg stays vertical, other leg's horizontal out the back. This will also give you a nice peace of mind if you're nervous about going over. You'll never go over with that counterbalance leg. Unless the other leg starts tipping over the other way, then there's a chance.
Okay, 4 to 5 reps. Work the awareness on the vault. Pair it with some effort. I gotta switch sides here. Pair it with that nice effort on the stiff leg. I know, let's do this.
Nice.
This will be better. Yep.
Did you alternate legs?
I did not. There you go. Maybe 2 more again. Nice. Nice consistency. Shake it out. Back to that sissy squat.
It's not so sissy.
Other kinds of toe balances. For a fault, just watch for a second. Whew. Little high pressure scenario.
What are you doing?
Sissy squat.
Oh.
Let's do the real thing. Full thing to the best of your standard right now. Just watch. Couldn't get all the way down today. That's okay. But that again was our sissy squat. The moves that we've done to this point help build us the endurance and strength for that skill. Continuing in that vein, let's get our toe balance. Push your knees forward and to keep the hips extended. Drop your hips underneath. Feel the difference between the hips extending and the hips being underneath or flexed at the hip here. Perhaps get lower. And for 2 more, extend the hips, creating a tension awareness moment here and underneath. And last time, hip extend,
Whoop.
Underneath, tall if allowed, return to heels. Shake it.
So much work. Back
Toe
to our
balance
stand.
gets us in there. Back to our vault stand.
Okay, if you were with Ian, you're up here. Vault stand again. Feet go on. First start in your plank position. 3, 2, times up. Good. Maybe working towards that overhead or upside down leg position. Nice breathing. Pushing the floor away. This looks good. 15 more seconds if you're working towards that 30 and it's feeling good. Nice. Keeping the hips square or closed hips. 5, not twisting and opening. 4, elbows stay straight, push the floor away. 2, safe landing.
Whew.
Yeah, work.
It can be a lot of work. Take your time in between with those loosey-goose strategies as Lauren sets up her plank.
I'm ready. You
Yep.
ready?
Yep. So high planks
Did
position.
you look at the time?
Time is on. Taking the time to walk into the pike. Loading up the wrists in extension, stiffening the elbows, and straightening out a leg. Taking breaths in between. Straighten that. Yeah, nice, great hip awareness there. Keeping the hips square. If you lift your right leg for 5, 4, 3, and relax. We'll talk about that right leg in the next set. So again, building that awareness of that line. Now trying to find it in open space. Lauren asked if I switched my feet that last time. My preference would be a left foot. Right now, I'm going to switch it and do my non-dominant foot.
So same routine as last time. One leg's vertical, one leg's horizontal. Try not to flail like that, but control the skill. More
That's
vertical.
harder.
More vertical.
That's harder.
Practicing.
Oh.
Practicing pushing the floor away to come back up to standing.
I'm going to switch to my dominant foot from my last one to finish on a good rep.
Nice.
And down. You get better at the things you practice, and the ones that you don't practice as much, progress is slower. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're not timing this one. Beautiful line. Look at that toe point. The shoulders, again, are going to be elevated as you're pressing the floor away. Keep the leg back. Keep the leg back. It's gorgeous. There we go. That's the line we're looking for there. Switching. Loving it.
That's never
Loving
happened.
it.
That was cool.
Find those happy moments and ride them out. Lauren's trying to teach me that maybe a little bit.
Squats.
Squats.
Sissies again.
Sissy squats. This time, let's get as safe low as you can on those toes. From there, we'll look to extend the hips like last time. Toe balance. Drive energy down to your low squat. From this position, extend the hips, slightly leaning back, connecting the ribs, the hips, and the knees or quads in a straight line. Lauren can get there right now. I'm having a hard time today. But extending the hips and then slowly returning hips underneath like me. Crank, crush, build tension as we extend through the hips and then pull low. Perhaps one more. Extending through the hips. Excuse me. And then back. Up anyhow, perhaps a toe squat to stand, and then a little
wiggle.
shake out.
One more time on our upside down here.
One more time. One more time.
All right, your turn.
Stay fresh. Let's go one more time.
Hands on the floor in your plank position. Get ready. 3, 2, 30 on the clock. Walking towards your vertical. If you can get as vertical as Ian, well, even if you can't, think about that compression in your core. You pull your femurs into your socket, you pull your abs in, stacking, keeping your wrists nice and, your elbows nice and straight. Straighten them even more. And when you think they're straight, straighten them. 3.
Oh man, I rushed
2,
the clock on that one.
Soft down. Yeah, you worked really hard.
Shake it out. Building to the 30 seconds again. Taking time to get there. I think we talked about if you lift a right leg. Time is ready to rock. 3, 2, at the quarter after mark, go. Breathing, bracing, working with the progressions, looking great here. Great, transferring that weight over the wrists. She's thinking about lifting those toes. I can see it. That's been 15 seconds. As Lauren lifts the left leg, think about pushing the right hip down. Nice. And then she might be tired, and that's great. That was 5 seconds short, and that's all good. Build up and know when to say, yeah, get it for the next time. One more time, kick-ups in the middle. Shake it out.
Kick-ups. You go first.
I'm just rethinking that last drill. A minute of the kick-ups.
Well, let's just focus and you think about that in your head. Okay.
Because you know a lot of kick-ups, which I like. But.
Ready?
Yeah.
Set. A couple kick-ups here. Nice. Pushing the floor away as you dismount, pointing those toes at all times. Legs nice and straight. Goal of this drill is to not go over. So you're never going over. You're going back to where you came from or started from. Good. Are you trying to have that leg vertical, Ian, or over your head? Because right now it's over your body.
What is?
This leg. Is that what you're trying for? Or are you trying to keep it vertical?
It might.
Well, it's not might. It's like way over.
Great.
Well, it just depends what you want.
Cool. Find vertical. Build challenge. Probably what that means to me is I need to stretch out my T-spine. So when you're ready, go for it. Good. And when you find the right balance, what are you doing differently? Talk to yourself about what contributed to that big win. Was it a good night's sleep?
No, it was shifting my weight over my hands.
It was just shifting some weight and doing some work. Great. Well, you know a lot of kick-ups, I think.
Yeah.
What do you say we do like our side squat cartwheel just for fun?
Just to finish up?
Just for fun.
Okay.
We like warming up, then we'll take time having a little bit of exploration in drills like this, and we'll try to finish with some fun challenges as well. And
remember, we didn't do an hour of all handstands, but I don't know about you, but I'm feeling
my grip strength is done.
And my wrists,
not done, but
yeah, my wrists are getting done too. So just practice really good quality moves, but not a ton of them.
Yeah. Half hour to 45 minutes.
Okay, this is fun one though to finish up. So let's stop talking and do it.
Are you familiar with a squat? That could look like this. Are you familiar with a cartwheel? Both versions are good. Let's stay. So we're in our squat. We don't have our staggered stance.
Well,
right?
you're just talking, so go.
No, you're back here. Come back here. Okay.
Show them what they're doing.
Over here, over here, over
Show
here.
them what they're doing.
So from a squat, think hand, hand, and just extend one leg right now. And then return to center. From a squat, hand, extending the legs. They might pivot on a toe, hand, hand, and then down. Never done this drill before, this would be a great place to start. The progressions off this include hand, hand, foot, foot, and a squat. Lauren's turn. Hand, hand, foot, foot. Hand, hand, foot, foot. I'll do 2 in a row. How's it going at home? Should we stand up or should we do one more?
Okay.
Maybe one more set of that.
Yeah, let's do one more set, but let's take a second.
Chat to us maybe. Chat to us maybe. Maybe leave a comment in the section when you're done watching and following along for today. I'm having fun. I don't want it to be over, but it will be in one more drill.
Okay.
Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, become a member at barsandbells.com, and we'll be here every Saturday for handstand fun and throughout the week for many other things too. Lauren?
Yeah, like our half-hour Wednesday handstand practice as well.
Great.
Here we go.
Side squat, cartwheels here. Lauren, go 2 in a row. 1 and 2. I'll start my first one low, hand, hand, foot, foot, progressing to over the top.
Oh, this is harder this way.
Nice. Hand, hand, foot, foot, hand, hand. Oops. Hand, hand, foot, foot. Oops. Good, good, good. Nice.
Oh,
nice.
That's fun.
Finish with some fatigue. Finish with some good feelings. And
thanks
finish
for joining.
with some shakes.
Barsandbells.com. Check it out.
Yes. So Lauren and I are off for a bike ride today. It's Saturday. What are you up to? We hope and thank you for joining with this practice and hope you have a wonderful day and a great week. I'm Ian.
I'm Lauren.
We train simple, we stay strong, and we add play. Have a great day. See you again.
Thanks for coming.
Oops.